they don't really look, or they don't check your certificates exactly. Okay. It is more what you profess to have done, and you should have shown consistency and excellence in whatever you have pursued. Okay. Plus, you're also going to write stuff, you're going to write essays, and you are again going to give LORs. If you have LORs from your counselors who also helped you, or other staff members who helped you to do these things, they will add a lot of value. Okay, it's time to start the masterclass, right? So I'm going to go on with the content. Are you ready for the masterclass, students? Yes? Are you ready? I'll answer your questions at the end of the session. Are you ready for the masterclass? Yes. Okay, so today's masterclass is an English masterclass, and the face you see on the screen is me. Okay, so I'm Lalita Manjunath. Yeah. The SAT has two sections, math and English. So today I have to speak in English, Krishna Yadav, because I'm going to train you or give you some tips for the English section. Okay. So I'm so sorry I cannot speak in Hindi here. However, we will be having some YouTube videos which could probably be in Hindi. Okay. Okay. So I'm Lalita Manjunath, as I told you, and I have 8+ years of teaching students for the English section of the SAT test. I love my job very much, and I'm really delighted to have this opportunity to meet you all, and if possible, give you some valuable tips for your SAT journey. I've trained hundreds and let's say thousands of students in my career. And I have done many things like I've teaching soft skills and spoken English, communicative English, written English skills, etc. for employees of many reputed multinational organizations. So the different kinds of English teaching I do have always given me a lot of satisfaction. So that's about me. Okay. Now I'm waiting to get to know all of you. So I'm going to continue. So I have a question for you, students, because I'm the teacher, right? I'm going to have questions for you. What do you need to do to score well in your school exams? Quick, I want your answers in the chat box. What do you need to do to score well in your school exams? What do you think is the answer? Quick. What do you need to do to score well in your school exams? I'm waiting for one answer. Yes? Anybody? Yes? What do you need to do to score well in your school exams? Study, grasp, understand concepts instead of mugging up. Perfect. So I have my answers which are very similar to yours, Tanishka. Persistence. Yes, Masood. You're right. So let's just being thorough with concepts. Yes, Rishikesh. So let's compare your answers with mine, shall we? So understand the content. Perfect. I think that agrees with what you said, right? A scheduled syllabus timetable with a focused mind. Yes, Medha. So let's continue to compare my answers with your answers. Work hard. I think that's also something you have written here in your chat box, right? Okay. Anything else? Yes. To know the exam structure. Do you think that helps students to know the exam structure? Does it help us to do better on a test? Yes or no? That's easy to type. Yes or no? To know the exam structure, is it important? Yes, okay. Very, very important, especially on very, time-based tests like the SAT, where time is a huge constraint. It's really, really important to know the exam structure. And yes, of course, knowledge. Understanding the content, knowledge comes under that. Yes, Krishna, I agree with you. Being calm and relaxed, is that important? What do you think? You fumble a lot while speaking. SAT doesn't ask you to speak, Shivam, no worries. SAT is a written test, okay? So being calm and relaxed, is that important? What do you think? Yes? Okay. So all of these are important. Do you guys agree? So what else do you need? Are these things enough? What else do you need? What else do you need to do well in your school exams? Any guesses? What else do we need? I'm looking for some interesting answers. Only C. No, all of these are important. That's what I understood from your answers. Apart from this, you need to pay attention in class. Okay. Any other guesses? I have understood the content. I worked hard. I know the exam structure. I'm calm and relaxed. Still something else. What do I need? Schedule. Okay. Yes, one more answer. Any guesses? I have an interesting answer, which I'm actually waiting for. Practice. Okay, I agree. That also comes under work hard. So wouldn't it be great if we had some magic? Okay, what is magic? More and more practice. Okay, Rishikesh. Maybe that's the magic. So we're going to meet a person who can provide that magic. Who can provide magic? Who do you think can provide magic? Some more time to prepare, okay? Who can provide magic? Any guesses? Do you know anyone associated with magic? Does that ring a bell, the word magic? Leap scholar? Okay, that's a nice compliment. Thank you, Shivam. Well, my answer was actually different. So it is a magician. Yeah, and who's this magician whom I have portrayed on my screen? And what is he saying? Yeah, Harry Potter. And he's saying, you remember Harry Potter, maybe a few years back, you were all Harry Potter fans. Yes, Jashan, I agree with you. So he's saying expecto patronum. So what exactly is that? What is expecto patronum? What's that? How many of you have read Harry Potter? It's a spell. You're right. Perfect. So that's a spell. And why do I need a spell to write the SAT? What's expecto patronum? It's a spell. It's a positive energy force. Great. So wouldn't we like one of these spells for the SAT? Of course, right? Who wouldn't want a lucky charm or a spell to help us? I'm sure all of us would definitely be delighted to have some of these charms, right? Yes, Anmol, me too. So let's get some useful charms which can help us when we need them in different SAT related situations. What do you mean by different SAT related situations? Isn't the SAT just one test? Well, this one test has different sections. It has the reading section, the writing section, the math with calculator, without calculator sections. So each of these sections test different things, and you will encounter different situations where sometimes it is not enough just to be hardworking, just to be knowledgeable, and just to be well prepared. You also need some tips and strategies. So that is what I'm going to give you in this session. I'm going to give you 7 tips, which are actually very basic things that you have to keep in mind, okay, while taking the SAT, especially the English section. Okay, are you ready for these 7 charms or tips? And I have a small surprise tip at the end. So are you all ready to start learning how to ace the SAT with Harry Potter? Yes? Okay, great. So let's start. So the first tip. So today I'm not going to do content, which as I always do. I usually do a content. I take a topic from the English section and I give you more clarity or tips and strategies on that. Today is overall tips and strategies, which we need to follow and remember and then follow, of course, while taking the SAT. So my first question to you is, when should I follow strategy? On easy questions or on difficult questions? When should I follow strategy? I'm waiting for your answers. All master classes are highly interactive, just like our classes. So I will wait for your answers. Easy questions, you have to follow strategy. And on difficult questions, what will you do, Tanishka? Only on difficult questions, Shivam says. Okay, I think that is a more logical answer. You have to think. Okay, you think that is the answer. Okay, fine. So let's ask Harry Potter. Let's see what he has to say. Now, I want everyone to listen carefully. Also observe what's on the screen as you listen carefully. On the screen, you have a question from which section? Is it the reading section or the writing and language section? What do you think? Masood, you're right. So I'll come to that. What do you think this question on the screen, which section is it from? It is from the, it's from the reading section. Okay. Yes, perfect, Preet. It is from the reading section. Just give me a second. Yeah. So what do I need to do? Let me first read the question. In the reading section, this is one kind of question. So what does the question say? As used in line 32, observed most nearly means. What do you mean by the word observed, students? Quickly, I want the answer. What do you mean? What does the word observed mean? Quick, quick. Type in your answer in the chat box. Noticed, yes, observed means noticed. So will I just choose A and carry on? Yeah, the word notice is there, super. I'm going to take it and carry on. No, I have to follow strategy. What is the strategy? That's what I'm here to tell you. So the strategy for these kind of questions are called, don't guess the answer, that is also part of the strategy. These are called vocabulary in context questions. Don't type in the answer. See how we come to it step by step. Okay, listen carefully now. Okay. So here, what is the question asking? What does the word observed mean in? So the first step is read the question, convert it into an actual question. A why, a what, a WH question. So what is this question asking? What does the word observed mean? Not the dictionary meaning, in line 32. So where should I go? Sorry, I think in line 30. Okay. So let's go to line 30. So I have to read now, right? I have to understand what this word means here. But I do mean to say that although bad laws, if they exist, should be repealed as soon as possible, still while they continue in force, they should be religiously. What does this person want to say? That bad laws, if they exist, what should we do with laws? While they continue in force, that means while those laws are still in force, what should I do with laws? What should we do with laws, students? What do we do with laws? Score out this word and tell me what word should come here. Bad laws, even if they are bad, if they exist, while they continue in force, they should be religiously followed. So for vocabulary in context questions, the strategy is go to the relevant line, score out the vocabulary word, understand the sentence, get clues from the sentence. So bad laws, though they should be repealed, while they are in force, they should be followed. Okay. Now I've got my word, laws should be followed, even if they are bad, till the government withdraws them. That is repealed here means withdraw. Okay, now I have to go and do process of elimination. Does noticed means follow? No. Does scrutinize mean follow? No. What does scrutinize mean, by the way? Scrutinize mean examine. Does that mean follow? Yes or no? No or yes? It doesn't mean follow. Does contemplated means follow? What is the meaning of contemplated? Quickly. What do you mean by contemplated? This is your class. You have to answer, students. What's the meaning of contemplated? I'm waiting for answers. What do you want me to repeat? What is the meaning of contemplated? That is my question. What is the meaning of contemplated? I will repeat the strategy at the end. I'll summarize it. But what is the meaning of contemplated? Not observed or follows. Contemplated means to think deeply about, think over something. So that does not mean followed. Does followed means followed? Yes, it does. Okay. So this is my answer. Okay. So I'm just summarizing the strategy. Whenever you see a vocabulary in context question, don't jump to answer this question just by looking at the answer choices. Don't see the answer choice. What should you do? Go to the sentence, yeah, find the vocabulary word, read the sentence, underline it, read the sentence, understand the sentence, get a clue. What meaning should this word have here? Score out the word, come up with a word of your own, come up with your own word based on what the sentence is saying. Okay. So Jashan, you will have to prepare a lot to get ready for SAT English. Please try to understand or you can contact me after the class, right? Okay. So here the word was followed because that is what we do with laws. And none of these answer choices. Can you increase the volume of your speaker, Aditya, please? Can the others hear me clearly? Can the others hear me? Am I audible? Yeah, okay. So please, Aditya, please try to adjust your speaker volume. So did you understand what to do here? What was the mistake? You can't jump. Don't just jump to conclusions and jump on answer choices. That is something to remember. So follow strategy on all questions. Why? What is the learning from this? This looked like such an easy question. Observed means noticed, right? You thought observe means notice, but don't jump to do that. Follow the strategy on all questions, whether they look easy to you or difficult to you, because then you can avoid trap answers. Got it? Okay. Okay, sir. I'll try to speak a little louder, Aditya. Okay. Okay. Can I continue to the next Harry Potter tip? Okay. Now, Harry Potter is saying, when you are stuck, have you ever got stuck in a test, in a multiple choice test? Yeah. Regarding the SAT. Yeah. Okay. I will share the details with you at the end of the course, please. Yes. Yes, I will definitely share. What is your name, please? Yash Patil. I'll make a note, Yash Patil, and I'll ask the team to contact you. Is that okay, Yash? I will ask the team to contact you, Yash. I hope that's okay. Yeah. First tip was both. Yes, the answer is both, Masood, whether it's easy or difficult. On both questions, you have to follow the strategy, because what looks easy may not be easy, right? Shivam also, wait, let me just take a... Shivam, what is your full name, Shivam? What's your full name? Shivam Agarwal. Okay. Okay, I've made a note of both your names. Somebody will contact you after the session. Okay. Okay, now I'll come back to my class. The first tip was follow the strategy on all questions, whether the questions are easy or difficult. Fine. Don't think, okay, this question looks so easy. Don't choose an answer. Okay. That was what I wanted to say. Now come to the next tip, Mohammed. Yes. When you're stuck. Yes, participants who are raising your hands. What do you want to say? You can type in your messages. 3 participants have raised their hands. Which book should a beginner refer for grammar? Well, there is an author called Raymond Murphy. I will write the name here, though this is not related to what I am teaching right now. This is the author. You can note down this name and you can check. Okay, please. This is the author. There are different levels of grammar books by this author. All are excellent. Hi, Komal. Okay, I'm going to continue with my tips, students. Very, very important for those who are going to take the SAT very soon. Are you ready? When you are stuck on a test, have you ever... Shivam, I'll come to those questions after a few minutes. Give me 20 minutes. Let me give these SAT tips. Then we will have a discussion on all these. Copy this question and save it, Shivam. And one way to improve your vocabulary is to join our classes also. So coming back to my tip, when you are stuck on a test, what do? What should I do? On the SAT, suppose you find a very difficult question and you don't know what to do. So let me give you an example. Okay, are you all listening? Are you ready? I have another question here. This is a question from the writing and language section of the SAT. Okay. Now there are 4 steps. There's a 4-step strategy. First is read the sentence. The second is compare answer choices. And we'll come to the third and 4th steps. So first thing is to read the sentence. Okay, I'm going to read the sentence and you all are going to read it along with me. So this approach increases sales, but it also stands in austere contrast to a time when goods were produced to be durable. Okay, what is this question testing? So should I read it again? I couldn't. What is this question actually asking me? Is the underlined part correct? If it is correct, I have to choose no change as the answer. If I feel the underlined part is wrong, I have to choose another answer choice. Hi, Gautam. Yes. So please listen, please join our class if you have just joined. So here, if I didn't understand the sentence, should I read it again and again quickly? I want your answers, students. No, no, Tanishka, I don't have the time. Do you know how many questions you have to answer? I have to answer 44 questions in 35 minutes. So I don't have time to read the sentence again and again. So there is a very good strategy to answer such questions. The next step is, after reading the sentence, once go and compare the answer choices. Okay, the first answer is austere, egregious, unmitigated, and stark. Oh my God. All these, what is the question testing me? What are all these? What is changing in the answer choices? Words are changing. What kind of words are changing in the answer choices? What kind of words are changing? Different vocabulary words, right? So this question is testing my vocabulary. Fine. Now, austere contrast. I don't know what it means. Egregious contrast. I don't know what that means too. Okay. Unmitigated contrast. I don't know. God knows what that means. Stark contrast. I don't know what it means. So what should I do if I'm stuck like this? Quickly. Okay, suppose I don't know. I put a question mark. That means I don't know these words. What should I do in this situation? A good idea is to just, if I keep looking at the screen, will I understand the meanings? Will I get enlightenment on the spot? Yeah. What should I do? Just guess and move on. Why? Because you're not going to get the meanings on the test. You don't have access to a dictionary on the SAT. There's no way you can find out the meaning during the test. So on the test, just guess and move on. Don't waste time. Yes, some of you have got the right answer. Very good. So don't waste time on questions where you're stuck. Now let's look at what made this question difficult. What does austere mean? Austere means simple, or it can mean very severely simple. Yeah. What does egregious mean? Very, very bad, terrible. Unmitigated. Unmitigated can mean absolute, usually used with negative words. It's like an unmitigated disaster. That means nothing was good about it. This means absolute. What does stark mean? Stark also can mean absolute or severe. So do you see why this question was challenging? There are very similar meanings for the words. And sometimes students may not have heard of egregious or unmitigated. Now, the correct answer is stark contrast. Now, what you need, austere can mean rigid, not so much, very simple and very severe, without having any extra things. Sometimes austere people can be rigid also, Mohammed. I agree with you. So here, the learning is, though the words could have somewhat similar meanings, only one of them is going to be suitable here. Only one of them is used with the word contrast. Got it? So when we talk about collocations, you can just take a screenshot, check with a dictionary. Never trust anybody for meanings. Okay. So if you want the complete meaning of a word, use an English to English dictionary. Right, Shivam? You will not understand the meaning just if I write the meaning here. You need to look at sentences which use these words to get the complete meaning. That is very important. Follow-up action is very important when you acquire new vocabulary. So there are two reasons, students, that we have to guess here. One is because the words are so difficult. Second is, even though words may appear to be similar, they may appear to be synonyms, all words in English don't go with all other words. Certain words go with certain things. For example, unmitigated goes with disaster. Stark goes with many things. Stark contrast means absolute, total contrast. Okay, total contrast. Our life before Corona was a stark contrast to our life during the lockdown. That means complete contrast. Okay, so what did Harry Potter tell us here? Guessing is good. Okay, now I'm going on to the next tip. Tip 3, are you ready? Good, Krishna, well done, congratulations. So which questions should I analyze? What do you mean by analyze? After I do a test or a practice drill, which questions should I analyze? The right questions, the wrong questions, or what? What should I analyze? The questions which I got right or the questions which I got wrong? I want an answer. Which questions should I analyze? The wrong ones is a very intelligent answer, of course. Shivam is saying the right ones. What about the wrong ones, Shivam? Should I not analyze them? Both, Tanishka. You're getting smarter. Yes, you are kind of right. Now let me come to a question. Actually, both. I agree with all of you. Now focus on my screen. I have a writing and language question on the screen. I have an underlined portion. What is SAT asking me? Is the underlined part correct? If so, I should choose A. If I feel no, this word is wrong, then I have to choose one of the other answers. Now I want all of you to try this question. While I read, you can be reading with me and you can also try this question. The high number of Omicron variant infections are due to the fact that this variant is more transmissible than any of the other variants to have come before it. Should I read the question again? Yes or no? Should I read the question again? No or yes? No, because I don't have time to read it again and again. Okay, so what is underlined here? Are. What are the answer choices? Compare answer choices. Are, is, were, have been. Okay. So what can I eliminate? First, whenever I see an underlined verb, to decide whether this is are, is, were, or have been. What is changing? What is SAT testing me on? I'm seeing A, B, C. I've just not seen D till now. Okay, what is SAT asking me? What is SAT asking me here? So the steps are read, compare the answer choices. I didn't give you step 3 and 4 previously. So the third thing is figure out what the question is testing you on. And finally, process of elimination. What is changing in the answer choices? Are, were, have been. What is common to all these words? Are, were, have been. What is, figure out what the question is testing. What's the difference? This is, are is singular or plural? Are is singular or plural? Are. They are plural, right? Okay. And were is singular or plural? Okay. Have been is also plural. So let me see the subject of are. What are due to the fact that this variant is more transmissible? What is the subject of this verb? What are due to the fact that this variant is more transmissible? What is the subject? Ask the question who or what to the verb to find the subject. Variant, no, that is not the subject. What is or are due to the fact that this variant is more transmissible? The high number of infections. Perfect answer. Number is singular or plural? High number is singular or plural? Very good. Very well done, Tanishka. So is this singular? It is singular. So I cannot have a plural verb with this. So what can I eliminate now? I can eliminate A because it's plural, right? I can eliminate C. Not only is it plural, it is also past tense, whereas the rest of the sentence is not past tense, right? Have been is again plural. So this is my answer. Is. Now, this is testing subject verb agreement. Now, let's assume this question was dead easy for you, extremely easy. You got the answer just when you looked at it. Should I not analyze it? You should analyze the questions that you get correct to. So some of you did get the answer, but you still have to analyze it. That's what I've done here. When I analyze a question, what do I get? What are the grammar takeaways? The number of is always singular. Okay. For example, the number of visitors to the Taj Mahal is increasing or are increasing. Now I want your answer. Type is or are in the chat box. Is increasing. Very good. Isn't visitors plural? So why did you say is increasing? Visitors is plural. Visitors are increasing. Visitors to the Taj Mahal are increasing. But this question is asking me about the number of visitors. The visitors is not singular. Visitors is plural. The number is always singular. So what's the answer? What's the answer? Is or are? What's the answer? Hi, Karishma. Is the answer. Okay, now I have something more to learn. I told you, even from a very easy question, I can learn a lot. A number of is plural. A number of students have benefited from our course, not has benefited. Have benefited. A number of is plural. The number of is singular. Okay, but still I don't know why visitors is plural. Why didn't you consider that word and why didn't you get are as the answer? That could be the question some of you have. So when the subject, which is the number, is separated from the verb here by a prepositional phrase, that means a preposition followed by a noun, then the word that comes after the preposition is of. The word that comes after the preposition does not affect the verb at all. You can take a screenshot of this, okay? Even though it is very close to the verb. You can take a screenshot of this. Now look at these questions. Did you understand? Usually when you see the word of, the word coming after the word of, usually, not always, usually does not affect the verb. What comes before the word of generally decides the verb. I hope you understand. Yes or no? Understand yes or understand no? Please say yes or no. I'm waiting to see 3 yeses, then I'll continue. I've seen 1 yes. Yes, hi Sid. 1 more yes. So ignore the preposition and focus on the subject, of course. Ignore the word coming after the preposition. Ignore the word coming after the preposition. Got it, Tanishka? The noun coming after the preposition is not the subject. Okay, now since all of you have understood, let's try. The bouquet of flowers smells sweet or smells sweet? Quick, now give me the answer. Smell or smells? Type in the chat box. Smell or smells? Type in the chat box. Smell. Why smell? Why is it smell? Why are you all saying smell? What is the subject of smell? Okay, smells is correct, but why did you say smell? Those who said smell thought flowers was the subject. But flowers smell sweet, but here the bouquet of flowers. The bouquet is the subject and smells is the verb. Bouquet is singular or plural? Bouquet is not plural. It's a collective noun. Bouquets. Bouquets is plural, Tanishka. I hope you understand. Bouquets is plural. Got it? One bouquet is not plural. One bouquet is singular. Did you understand? Tanishka, did you understand? Yes. Now try the next one and type has or have in the next question. There is one more question here. Has or have. What should come? High. Can you hear me, students? Can you hear me? Okay, because my power just went off and returned. That's why. So now you can. Yeah, I did disappear for a fleeting instant. Thank you all for your patience and for waiting here. Yeah. So the answer is have been found? No. What is the subject of this verb has or have here? What is the subject? Type in your answer. I'm eagerly waiting to see what the answer is. Quick. What is the answer? Chemicals. No, not chemicals. Chemicals comes after the preposition of. High concentration is the subject. Very good. Concentration. Concentration is the subject. It's a singular word here, a high concentration. So the answer is has. Got it? So did you see? I learned so much by analyzing one question, which I found to be very, very easy. So this is the importance of analyzing a question, whether you get it right or wrong. So that was Harry Potter's tip. Was it valuable? Yes. Can you define the third tip in one sentence? Yes. The usually, I'm going to say this, you are going to listen and record it. I'm not going to write it down. Usually the word coming after a preposition is the object of the preposition, but it is not generally not the subject of the verb. Okay, it's the object of the preposition, but not the subject of the verb. Okay, so I'm going to continue. Harry Potter has some more tips for us. But before that, we are going to tell you a little about our company. Just give me a second. I'm going to launch a poll. I would like you to participate in this poll. It is not yet, just give me a second. Okay, I'll come back to this poll a little later. Fine. Okay, so I would like to tell you something about Leap Scholar. I am an English trainer with Leap Scholar. Fine. So this is the duration of our classes. Somebody asked me, so less time, is it enough? So we have 40 plus hours of classes. Okay. And we have loads and loads of practice questions. And our teachers are available to answer your questions on a one-on-one basis. After the class, if you have questions, when you're practicing, if you have questions, you definitely have help always 24/7. You can start preparing from 9th, 10th. 10th is even better. 9th also is fine. Yes, no harm at all. Start reading stuff and improving your vocabulary. We have revision sessions, and especially before the actual SAT, like there is an SAT coming up in May. So we have refresher courses, right? We have doubt clarification sessions where we answer questions raised by students. Fine. So all these I feel are features of our course which make our Leap Scholars SAT Plus program stand out. Okay. What is 4? 4 is okay. You understood that. Okay. So we have plenty of mock tests, and whenever you take a mock test, you can get detailed feedback from the teacher, from the math trainer and from the English trainer. Not only that, if at all you missed part of a class because of poor connection, or God forbid, if you miss a class for some reason, some unexpected emergency, the recordings of all classes are available to you. So you can access them, repeat them, review them till you are completely satisfied. We have online classes, Aditya. I'll be coming to the fees. Aditya, would you like someone to contact you for these classes? If you want, please add your names here. Yes, Aditya, I'll just make a note. Anyone who wants our staff to contact you? Oh, Mohammed, all the best to you. Yeah. So please write your names in the chat box. Fine. All the best to you, Mohammed. Okay, I'm going to give you the fees. We have 2 kinds of courses. We have weekday batch, which is for 5 weeks, and weekend batch, which is for 8 weeks. So in 5 weeks, we kind of prepare you because we have classes from Monday to Friday. Okay. And this is 1.5 hours in the evening. And the weekend batch, sorry, just a minute. Yeah. The weekend batch is only on Saturdays and Sundays. 2.5 hours on Saturdays and 2.5 hours on Sundays. And the weekday batch is going to start on 5th May. That's just coming up. The weekend batch is on 14th May. So if you're planning to enroll for the weekday batch, please do hurry up and contact us. Now, just give me a second while I post the details of our contact also. I'll do that at the end, okay? Just a second. Yeah, so this is the cost of our course. Somebody asked me the cost of the course, right? So this is the cost of our course. 28,800. Before it was slightly higher, and now we have reduced the course because of high demand. So any other questions, students, about our SAT plus Sleep Scholars, SAT plus course? Please, you're welcome to ask me any other questions you have. So can I continue with my tips? Yes, no, maybe? Okay. So let's go to tip 4. What is tip 4? I don't know. Okay. We'll do the question, then Harry Potter will reveal what tip 4 is. Are you ready to face this question now? This course is on, of course. Sid, most of our students are from like all over India and from abroad. We have students, many students in the UAE also. And we are going to spread out to many other parts of the world. So Sid Bose, of course. Shall I write down your name? Would you like someone to contact you, Sid Bose? Yeah. So I'll be sharing our contact details. Okay. Yeah. So coming back to this question, can we go back to this question now, Sid and others? Yes. We have some more tips from Harry Potter. Want to know them? Oh, haha. Krishna, you're becoming a whiz at SAT, but let's do, remember we have to follow strategy. So I'm going to read the question now. Many of us use the words talk and speak interchangeably, but in reality, there are some differences in the way these words are used. Okay. What is the next step? First step is to read. The next step is type. What is the next step in the strategy? First step is to read the sentence. What is the next step? I want someone to type the steps of the strategy. 4-step strategy. What is the next step? Compare answer choices. So when you compare answer choices, what is changing here? Quickly tell me. I can see the words there and there. They are. Okay, they are. Okay, and I can see interchangeable and interchangeably. So when many things are changing, should I focus on all of them? No, kindly focus on one thing at a time. So let's focus on what is easier. Do I want what is there? What is this actually? Sid, don't be sure of anything 100%, okay? Follow the strategy. What is they? They are. Okay, do I want they are or there? But in reality, there are some differences or they are some differences. Do I want they are or there? Quickly, I want to know whether, yes, I need there. I don't need they are. So C and D are out. I don't have to see interchangeable interchangeably. Now I have to check. There is something else which is differing. What is it? Interchangeably or interchangeable. So many of us use the words. We use words interchangeably or interchangeable. How do we use words? We use words. This is a verb and interchangeably is an adverb. We use words interchangeably. So B is wrong. So when many things are changing simultaneously in a question, focus on one thing at a time. There could be punctuation changing. There could be many more things changing. Focus on one aspect at a time. Eliminate, then you will be sure of the correct answer. Otherwise, you may get the right answer, but you may make silly mistakes. You may get the wrong answer in a hurry. Got it? So focus on one thing at a time when many things are changing. Okay. Now I have one more tip from Harry Potter. How many correct answers on the SAT? How many correct answers do we have? Quick. How many correct answers on the SAT? How many correct answers does one multiple choice question have? I have A, B, C, D, right? How many? Only one correct answer. The other 3 are wrong answers, right? You have to remember that. Okay. Now let's look at this question. I will do it with you. Okay, this is a writing and language question. So Italy's Tower of Pisa has been leaning southwards in so many years. Indeed, if the tower's construction had not taken 2 centuries, and the tower would have collapsed before it was completed. Okay. Next step is compare answer choices. What's changing in the answer choices? What's changing in the answer choices? What is changing in the answer choices? Words are changing. What are these words? What kind of words are they? They are, what kind of words are they? They are transition words, which are connecting words or linking words. So whenever you see transition words, what is the strategy? Go and ignore the transition words. See how the ideas are connected. Okay, so far so good. So Italy's leaning, Tower of Pisa has been leaning. Fine, it has been leaning. And the tower would have collapsed if the construction had not taken 2 centuries and involved breaks. The tower would have collapsed. Are these two contrasting each other? Are these two opposite to each other? No, there is no contrast between idea 1 and 2. So what are the contrast transitions here? Which of the transitions show contrast? However, so that is wrong. Okay, what else? What else shows contrast among these 4 words? Which C. So C also is to be eliminated. Why? Because ideas 1 and 2 do not have any contrast. They are in the same direction. Now, between 1 and 2 again, I have therefore and I have indeed. Now, when should I use therefore? Is there a cause and an effect here? Or is there a conclusion here? So is this the fact that it was leaning southward? Is it a cause? And the effect is because it took 2 centuries and involved breaks, it didn't collapse. No, there is no cause and effect relationship. There is no conclusion. So the answer is indeed. What is the meaning of indeed? When do I use it? To emphasize something, right? So A is the answer. Now, suppose you found it difficult. Still, you should remember there is only one correct answer. I have 2 contrast transitions here. Both are used similarly in sentences. So C and D can't be the answer. So always remember only one correct answer. So if 2 answers look very similar to each other, they can't be the answer. Okay? Only one right answer. Did you understand what I did here? Both these are used very similarly. So that is why neither C nor D can be the answer. And there is no cause and effect relationship. So B is not the answer. Okay. So tip 6 is understand what the question is testing. Okay. We will do this question. It's a very important question. I want you to listen to this. You have to understand what the question is testing. That is the 3rd step. The first step is read. The second step is compare. The 3rd step is figure out what the question is testing. And the last step is eliminate. Okay. So now let's see. Some people buy organic food because they believe organically grown crops are more nutritious and safer for consumption than the people who purchase their conventionally grown counterparts, etc., etc. What's changing in the answer choices? Not C. What is changing in the answer choices? The people who purchase, the purchase of, purchasing. What are these words? What do you think this question is testing me on? What is it testing you on? They all look like verbs. So some students think this question is testing us on verbs. Yes, Siddharth. So actually, I have to understand what the question is testing me on. More nutritious than. What is this? When you say something is more than, less than, what are you doing? When you say something is more than or less than, what are you doing? You are comparing. Very good. This question is testing comparison. Now listen carefully. Whenever a question is testing comparison, you have to find out A and B. What are A and B? The things being compared. Okay. So what is being compared here? Something is more nutritious and safer than something else. What is A here, students? What is here A? What is A here? What is A here? Just give me only the noun part. What is the word A? What? Not people. A is crops. Organically grown crops are more nutritious and safer for consumption than B is people, like Siddhant said. Yes. So should I compare crops to people? No. So in a comparison question, you should always compare apples to apples, oranges to oranges, like terms to like terms. You should only compare similar things. You can't compare crops to people. So what should I do? I can eliminate A. Okay. Can I compare the organically grown crops to the purchase of conventionally grown crops? No. All these go. Delete the underlined portion. What happens if you delete the underlined portion? This goes away. So what do you have here? What is B now? Organically grown counterparts. What is the meaning of counterparts here? What does the word counterpart refer to here? Counterpart is crops here. Conventionally grown crops. So D is the answer. So the point is, if you know, if you figure out what the question is testing, then you will find it very easy to do a question. If you think it is verbs and you struggle with it, you will not get the correct answer. Okay. Did I make my point clear, students, here? Yes? Yes. How are you finding this session? If you feel the session has been useful and interesting, please type yes. Amazing. Oh, thanks. That's so nice. What a nice thing to say. I'm going to put a small poll here before I continue with the session. I want you to, I'm going to launch this poll. I'll give you 20 seconds to answer this poll. I want each and every one of you to answer this poll. Can you see the poll on your screen? Yes? Say yes if you can see the poll on your screen, please. Can you see the poll on your screen, students? Okay, yeah, yes, now I can see your answers. Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, some of you, yeah, so nice. So many of you are participating. Wonderful. Thank you so much. I'm going to continue with the class just after you complete this poll. Yeah, just one more person. If that one more person can also participate, I will end the poll. Thank you. Thank you so much. Great. You have indicated that, right? All these results will be analyzed. Sid, I think, have you given me your name? Yes, you have. Yes. Thank you so much. I'm going to end the poll here and continue the class. Okay. So we will look at whether Harry Potter has anything to tell us. Yeah. Now I have one question. I have very less time left. What should I do? Suppose I have very less time left. Maybe I have about 1.5 minutes left to complete my writing and language section. How many questions in the writing and language section? How many questions? 44. How much time? How much time to do 44 questions? 35. Wonderful. Very well answered. Great. Okay, so what should I do if I have these 2 questions to complete and I have 1.5 minutes left? Which question should I do? Which question should I do? Yes, yes, I will share it. Just a second. I will share the details right away now on the screen. Yes, I should do the second one. Why, Tanishka? I'll be sharing this immediately after this. Yes. Yeah. So why should I do 9? Not much reading required. Tanishka, very good. Because when you have more words, it takes more time. Usually students have a tendency to do questions in the order they appear. That's not a bad idea in the writing and language section, except when you are constrained for time. I'm not even doing the question now. The point of this was more words means more time. You can take a screenshot, try out the questions and write to us with the answers. That will be amazing. That will be a great initiative from your end. So the point here is when I'm stuck with very less time and I have to do 2 questions, I should choose the smaller, the ones with fewer words. Okay. I haven't, actually the answer is C, by the way. But I'm not doing that question now. The point of this screen, this slide was to tell you that more words take more time. Okay. Now give me a second while I just get the details and share, because as many of you are requesting, then I will continue with the class. Give me a second, please. Just give me 1 second, students. Be there, don't go away. I'm just going to share the details with you. Give me a second. Meanwhile, you can keep typing your questions on the screen. Any other questions you have, which I didn't answer initially, all of those things. You can keep sharing your questions. I will answer all of them now. I am typing the details here. Can you see the details, students? I've typed everything that you asked for, and I'm going to continue with my class now. Yeah. You can't see the details which I shared now. You can't see them. Okay, sorry, just a minute. I will share it again. Just give me a second. I'm so sorry. Everyone. Yeah, now you'll be able to see it. Can you see it now? Say yes if you can. Yes, great. You can take a copy it or take a screenshot. I'll share it again if you wish, so that you can take a screenshot. Yes. Please do reach out to us. And I've taken down the names. Are there any other students who are interested? I've got Sid Bose, Aditya Raj, Shivam Agarwal, and Yash Patel. If anyone else is interested in joining the course, please type your name here. I will take it down and then continue with the class. Anyone else apart from Sid, Aditya, Shivam, and Yash who is interested? Siddhant Murthy. Yeah, thank you, Siddhant. And Tanishka. Sid, no, you're not interested? Okay, Sid, no problem. I've removed your name. Okay. I've removed your name. No worries. Only those who want to be contacted will be contacted. Others can continue to attend our master classes. Of course, our master classes will only be a glimpse of what we do in classes, and they cannot possibly replace them. Masood, what is your question? Why question mark, Masood? What is your question? You can type your question, please. Yes, Masood. You put a question mark there. I want everyone to type in the chat box. Anmol is asking, can I say? I don't know what he wants to say, but okay. So I'm going to continue with what I was doing. How long is the master class? No, the master classes are there every day. They'll go on hopefully for eternity. Okay, every day. But the master classes will not cover everything. It is not like you're completely getting equipped to take the SAT. The second thing is they are not in a structured fashion. There are different topics on different days. Okay, so that is a very arbitrary thing, what is chosen. So it is not like you have to learn these in this order. They have, that's what you're attending now. Did you pay anything for this class, Siddhant? No, right? The master classes are completely free of charge. You're asking me, Tanishka, are you taking the master classes? This is a master class. What I am doing now is a master class. Okay, these classes are free. No, the actual course is not free. You saw the cost, right? No, I'm not taking all of them. There are different teachers who will be taking different classes in math and English, and I'm sure you will enjoy all the classes equally well. Okay, I hope you're enjoying this class, Tanishka. Are you? Thank you. Thank you so much, Tanishka. Thank you for that feedback. You made my day. So let's see. So the magic will work. Harry Potter's magic. The few tips I gave you are things to be remembered. What was after read or compare? Okay. You want the strategy? read, compare. The third is figure out what the question is testing. Ask yourself, what does SAT want to test me on? What does SAT want to check me on? So figure out what the question is testing. And finally is process of elimination. Eliminate the wrong answers. Don't choose the right answer. Got it, Masood? Masood, yes? Did you get all the 4 steps? Okay, great. So the magic will work if you follow Harry Potter's tips, and you could possibly see a wonderful score like one of our students got. So this was just to tempt you into following Harry Potter's tips. Okay. So for many more tips and strategies, I told you the master classes are of course there, but we would love you to join our course. We also have several other things. We have undergraduate counseling. If you attend one of our master classes regularly, you will get a lot of details about this. You will be counseled by Ivy League. I'll come to the surprise tip. Yes, I'll just quickly tell you what other services we offer. We offer undergraduate counseling with help with all of these things. And we have a Harvard alumni, a very, very reputed counselor who will guide you with all of these. Arian. Okay. And we also have other mentors from all these universities. Okay. The details for counseling, you can approach the same number, Sid Bose. You have the details which I pasted on the group, right? Shall I paste it again? You can contact the same number and you can inform that. Shall I write down your name for counseling? Okay. You don't want classes, but you want admission counseling, right? Right, Bose? Okay. I've taken down your name. I've added your name for counseling. Okay. So these are the details. You can take a screenshot of this. And yeah, Tanishka, I would, no, I'll ask them to contact you. You can decide, Tanishka. Let the team contact you, because some master classes alone cannot train you for the course. That is my frank admission to you. They are fun and you will learn a lot, but it is not enough. Can I do that course after college or before college? For, about the Cisco course, I'm afraid I don't have the answers to that question. But I think if you contact a counselor, they are the best persons to approach for these things. Okay. Oh no, August is, no, May test you can't apply now. August, it's the perfect time to start, Tanishka. Don't delay. 2.5 months is the best, duration. So do not delay further and take a decision later. That is my personal opinion. Anyway, you can take a decision based on your interaction with the people whom you will contact. Okay. PSAT you can take in 9th. Yeah, sure. You don't have to take a decision right away. You will get some information. Maybe you can ask your parents to speak to them. For the August test, if you go to collegeboard.org, about a month before the registration closes generally, you can check. Okay. October is, it's also fine. Yeah, if you want October, it's fine. There's nothing good or bad about any month, except that you should be well prepared. So I have a short surprise now. We're actually running out of time. So for those who are preparing for the SAT, this surprise will help. Are there any more questions? Or can I go to the surprise? The surprise is also another tip from Harry Potter. But only this time the Harry Potter is Lalita. October is also fine. You're planning to take the PSAT, Sid? Are you planning to take the PSAT? Okay, I can't see your answer, but okay. Great. That will equip you. Prepare for that. There is not much difference between the PSAT and the SAT. So that experience will definitely help you for the SAT. Except in the number of questions, a marginal difference. There isn't any big difference between the PSAT and the SAT. Okay, now I just want to tell you something, one short valuable tip. It's not enough to do practice and practice. Somebody said, no, lots of practice. And as I already told you, careful review of your mistakes is important. Not only mistakes, of the right questions for which you got the right answers to. So the best way to improve your score is to have an error log. Now, this may sound like hard work. Some of you may not even know what an error log is, but it is very, very important. What is an error log? I have to keep a record, either a soft copy on my laptop or phone or on paper. What was the question? Okay. When did I do this question? What is this test? Date is important because you have to know whether you're repeating the question or, sorry, you're repeating the mistake or not. So it's a good idea to have that. So here, what is the date on which you did this? Then the section or question number. What mistake did I make? I see so many mistakes, especially with vocabulary. So many students make mistakes. So what was the mistake I made? These are real mistakes which were made by some of our students. No time to do the last two questions. I didn't understand what this word meant. What corrective measures should I take? So I have to improve my vocabulary. So here I'm going to give you a small tip here. Please go to this website and start working on your vocabulary. I think there's only 1 hour. Check out the spelling. This is a website. You can start working on your vocabulary form. Okay, please make a note of this. sat.tyrannosaurus prep. This is an R. Fine. Okay. So what you have to do is, what corrective measures should I do? So take. So no time to do the last 3 questions. What should the student do? Shouldn't leave the last 3 questions or last 13 questions. You should follow time management and pacing strategies. You can talk to your teachers regarding pacing. They will also be, you will also be taught pacing strategies and time management strategies during the classes. So learn to guess smartly in between, not mess up at the end. Maybe the last 3 questions were dead easy. Nothing, just last 3 or last 5 or last 10, nothing special about the last 3. What I'm trying to say is, sometimes SAT keeps very, very easy questions at the end. Many students don't even see those questions because they run out of time. Good question, Sid. Okay. Okay. So what you need to do is, you just need to keep a record, okay, of your mistake. When you made the mistake, what was the mistake, like in which section, reading or writing, which test, which drill, and what mistake did you make? Why did you make that mistake? What corrective measures are to be taken? When you see that, when you track this, yes, Krishna Yadav, you want to say something? Please type your question in the chat box. Yes, Krishna, I'm waiting for your question. Krishna, you raised your hand. Okay, so you can type your question if you have. So otherwise, I have come to the end of my session today. And if you have any more questions, I'm ready to answer them. Okay. If you have any more questions, I'm ready to answer them, students. Otherwise, I would like to wish you all a happy Eid. Eid Mubarak to all of you. I'll just wait for a few more seconds. And if you don't have any questions, I would just like to thank you all for being a wonderful audience, for participating very actively and very enthusiastically in today's session. Did you enjoy this session? Thank you, Preet. Thank you so much for those kind words. Thank you, Sid. Thank you for calling my class amazing, Sid. Extremely grateful too for your words. Because it's a very, very motivating factor to get, what do you say, your feedback, and when it is positive. Thank you, Tanishka. Thank you so much. So thank you all so much. Thank you for spending your time. Like you spent an hour on this class. I hope you got something of value from it. Yeah, thank you very much, Masood also. Bye-bye and see you in the next masterclass. Not tomorrow, Sid. I'm not there tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a math master. No, tomorrow is a holiday, by the way. Tomorrow there is no masterclass because it is Eid. Day after tomorrow will be the next masterclass. Okay. Thank you and bye-bye.